Jim?
Yes?
Are you ready for your therapy now?
Yes.
Born to a father wrought with depression.
Born to a mother who dresses you up as the perfect entertainment.
The rugby.
The horse riding.
The rowing classes. The
Swimming.
swimming. Daddy, are you happy with me now?
The play is called Chatroom by Enda Walsh, and basically it is about teenagers on chat rooms and the kind of things that happen on chat rooms, the friend making, the bullying, people looking help and guidance, and the dark side of the web basically. Well, I suppose there's very different characters, and in each of the characters, every single one of them sort of portray someone in life, you know. So you've got someone who has, had a bad family life, maybe the father has left when they're really young and how that's affected the character of Jim. He's very depressed and he goes online, looking for help and someone to listen to him, and through his story, unfortunately, the wrong people start talking to him and are encouraging him down a path that they shouldn't really encourage him into.
Eva is a very mainstream kind of girl. She's very, your stereotypical popular girl in school, always wanting the attention, always into her kind of styles, trends, artists, music, that their kind of thing. But she has a darker side that she feels she needs to get attention of other characters in the chat room, and she goes about it in a really wrong way, and is influenced quite a lot by a character called William, who she starts to develop some kind of obsession with in a weird way.
Jack is a character. He's a wee joker. Like, he likes to have fun. He just doesn't like being bored. He doesn't really fit in because he doesn't really have many issues, and he's just there to have a good time. And playing that character for me was really weird because I'm pretty much exactly like it, and it's scary to see all the similarities come through, and you keep reading it and think, okay, that's like me, that's like, oh that's like me, and it keeps on going and going, and it gets to the point where you end up changing stuff without realizing. He's quite a watery person and he wants to please everyone, so he tries to jive in whenever people are saying having fun and joking around, but whenever serious stuff comes up, he doesn't really seem to like conflict. He just sits away and comes into himself.
I personally, been in chat rooms and there's different things that go on that isn't appropriate and it's not good for your mental health. And I personally know that that's something that happens on an everyday basis, from a very young age to an adult life.
I think when Enda Walsh wrote this play, he was aiming at teenagers because it's about teenagers and for teenagers. And actually this play was first performed in the National Theatre Connections, which happens every year. So it's very, very current. Even now, he wrote it in the 90s, the late 90s, but it's so current, in fact, more current now even. So he was way ahead of himself at the time. But it doesn't just affect teenagers, because every single person in the room that will watch this in the audience will have been a teenager at some point, and the different stories that come about and through the play, someone will feel, oh, that was me when I was younger, or that's me now even, and of course it's not just depression stories. I mean, there's obviously lighter stories and very funny moments as well.
I'm not really a big social media user. I would seldom even use Facebook. I don't even have Instagram or Twitter. I don't really use them, but I do see the benefit. It's all about moderation. It's like everything in life. Too much of anything is bad for you. And there's people who will live their entire life on it, and that's not a way to live. You should go out and see people in real life. That's what I would always do.
I know myself, it's easier to send a text, if I'm in a bad mood or whatever, rather than say it to someone's face. But it's more dangerous the fact that that person could be anyone, any age, any gender, and anywhere in the world. And it kind of gives people the freedom to be someone maybe they're not, or be someone they really are.
Well, I think that a lot of the challenges were very much more for the actors really than for me, because I can see what's going on from the outside. So it's they have to feel like they are actually sitting on their computer, and where are they at their computer? Are they in the library? Are they at home, their bedroom? So it's their surroundings that's really important. I guess the actors have found it quite difficult in the stillness of that, you know, because a lot of the action to start with is very much them sitting on the chair as if they're on the computer. So a lot of the action is coming out to the audience, and that's quite challenging for actors in itself. So my job, for the challenge for me then, is to make sure that they find different ways of expressing themselves through the character and not being frightened, I guess, of looking straight out.
I cultivated a boil on my neck last year for a few weeks. My mother brought me to the doctor and I was gutted when he said he wouldn't lance it. But he gave me this black plaster with a tiny hole in the middle. It sort of draws the pus out towards the tiny hole. So I'm sitting watching TV with my dad and my baby brother, and behind the TV, I hear this noise. I swear to God, it hit the wall behind me. But it was a revolution. My body was revolting. I believe it helps people to come out and talk about them, because I mean that is the most important thing about having an issue. If you can talk about it, that's the first step to getting the issue sorted out. I mean, you can suffer on your own, but if you have people to help you, it will make it so much easier to overcome. And having a play like this really helps bring that message forward of having people to help. Really helps you get through whatever you're going through. And even that statement in itself is in the play, like, oh, adults will say, oh, you'll get whatever you're going through, you'll get through it, but that on its own isn't really enough. You need to talk about it, have discussions about it, and, you know, let emotions out. That's the most important thing, especially for guys, because guys don't really think, they see, oh, emotion, oh, that's baby. I don't want to be a baby, I'll be a big man. I don't want to be crying. No, you need to be crying. You need to let what you really feel come out.
It's different being a female. Kind of growing up, I think young girls are more kind of influenced to take different paths to maybe get attention or look good and feel good, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, from a young age it's all about magazines and it's all about models, and I think as you know, a young girl, you go about getting attention in different ways, and in chat rooms definitely you can be influenced by other people.
One of the things that I always say to the young people, I don't ever understand why anyone is writing their personal feelings on Facebook. I always wrote a diary, so for someone to actually read that, I mean, basically they are allowing people straight away, they're giving people ammunition to use. I think that Facebook for children even, I mean, I teach children all the time, and some of the things that, you know, friends are saying to them in real life, like them being fat or ugly or whatever, all the things that we've been through as children, but online, no one knows who they are. They could be anybody, and that's where the danger is.
The internet's a great thing. Social media is an amazing thing, but us as people, we have the power of whether we abuse that or not.
So we run Apollo Arts together, my husband Robin Elliott and I, and we've been running a singing school for many, many years, and well, before I got together with Robin, and then we both were working together more and more and decided that we really wanted to help develop young actors in their training through the old system of repertory theatre. So basically, before there was drama schools, the likes of Laurence Olivier was trained in a theatre company. So that's what we're doing. That's what we decided that we wanted to do. And the great thing is, when I say young actors, I do not just mean teenagers, I actually mean young in your training. So it's the actor training of the old days, only we're bringing it here into modern life, because not everybody can afford to go to college.
The show itself, brilliant show. I love these type of productions and performances. It's scripts that I'm really interested in. And when I read it, once I realised Apollo Arts was doing it, I wanted to audition straight in there. I've never worked with Apollo Arts before, but from coming here, it's been just an amazing experience. The experience different from, you know, school or drama schools or any type of summer schemes is it's real. It's not that you're kind of, you know, beating around the bush and sugarcoating everything. It's real and it's straightforward, and that as an actor training, that's what you need.
As the youngest cast member, I mean, I'm only 17 years old, and I've been doing drama all my life, but mainly amateur level. This would be the first professional thing I've done.
Well, excitingly, we did Joyriders by Christina Reid last year at the Belfast Fela, and the Opera House came to see it, and we are now doing Joyriders in the Opera House in the Baby Grand in October. So that's what's next. So it's very exciting to be reliving and redoing Joyriders.
Working with Apollo Arts is absolutely brilliant because everyone is just so direct and honest with you. It's very different in that if you do something right, you're told you're doing it right and keep doing it that way. If you're doing something wrong, you're told instantly. You will be stopped in the middle of what you're doing and told to do it a different way. And I love that because, you know, you will learn more from a negative experience than a positive one. Like, what are you going to learn if you get everything right? But if you fail it, you will learn from it. And I prefer that method of learning.
Well, I think I would be encouraging all types of people to come along because there's fun bits. It can be very funny, but it's very current, and there's lots of lessons to be learnt about Facebook and social media in general. And you know, even those people who don't necessarily go onto social media, they would learn something from it too.
Well, I can't wait to perform in front of an audience. I love doing that. Live for it. Yeah, it'll feel great because it'll give me something to latch onto whenever I see like people's faces reacting to everything that's being said, some of the more disturbing stuff, and it'll help feed the feelings that I get whilst playing the character.
Chatroom, it's realistic. You know, it's what is happening now, and you don't always get to see that because a lot of these issues people don't talk about because they're maybe ashamed or else they're hiding in secrets. And I think, you know, with the audience will have, it will really relate to a lot of them.
So the play is happening in our new theatre here, Apollo Arts Theatre, here on the Castlereagh Road, which is very exciting. And it will be on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of August. You can get tickets at the Eastside Arts Festival website or indeed through our own website, apolloarts.co.uk.